Welcome out to Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer and it feels so right. I'll meet you out on Broadway underneath Shamrock Light. We're gonna have a good time on the patio tonight. There's a party down at Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer on a champagne night. We're feeling all alone and you got no place to go. So come down here and drink a beer on Kelly's patio. Kelly's a fun place to eat and drink. 2902 Broadway.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad. Joining me today, Shawnee Wolf with Gym City Doves number 27.
Yes,
hello
ma'am.
and welcome.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Of course. So Gym City Doves number 27. Who are you?
Okay, we are a sorority. We were started in the early 20th century. It's an organization by women for women.
Okay.
We are a community service-based organization. We're not affiliated with any school. I know sorority tends to make you think collegiate, but we're all adult women. Most of us are moms. Some of us are business owners. We're a very small new lodge here in Quincy, and we're really excited to be putting on our first event.
Yay, yay, yay. So before we get to the event, so number 27, I was asking you before we got started, it basically signifies that you're the 27th chapter or lodge, right, within this district. Mm-hmm. And Gym City Doves, so you're brand new, really, to the area.
Less than a year.
I love it. I love the mission. I love the vision. I love what y'all are doing. And I also love your maiden event coming up.
Yes. Yep. Our first event we're hosting, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we're really excited to partner with Quinata and donate a portion of the proceeds from our 5K to them. We're doing a little spooky Halloween themed zombie 5K.
Zombie.
And costume contest.
Yes. I love it. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of people in Quincy, myself included, love, of course, we love a good cause. We love the sense of community, but we also love getting dressed up for a good cause, right?
Yeah.
It just adds an extra fun element. And zombie is something that you can take very many liberties with when you're dressing up for that, right?
Yes, of course.
And although it's a 5K, we don't anticipate anybody losing any limbs.
No,
you don't have to get
not.
all that competitive, right?
We're like slow zombies, Walking Dead type zombies.
Yes.
Not the fast ones.
Type of 5K. I love it. So, of course, you mentioned the proceeds going to Quinata, another, of course, great cause in our community. So how do people get signed up for the Zombie 5K?
We have made an event on Facebook. You can look us up. Even if you just Google Quincy Zombies, I'm sure our Eventbrite page will come up. Our Facebook page has posted it. All of our members have shared it. We've got flyers all over town. I have personally harassed every business owner in Quincy. So hopefully you'll be seeing us around.
Okay.
And it'll take you to our Eventbrite. You can purchase your tickets online. And easy peasy.
And show up at Bob Mays, right?
Right, Bob
and
Mays.
It's what day?
October 19th, this Saturday.
Okay. And the race starts at 10:30,
Yes,
but you want people to show up about 10-ish,
yeah,
right?
10 to be safe.
Okay.
I mean, 10:15, we're going to be doing a little, you'll see me make a fool of myself doing the dancing warm-up.
Yay.
So we're going to have a little Halloween playlist going. Of course, we're going to choose the winners from our costume contest. We're going to have a kids prize, a cash prize for the adult costume. Zombie not required. Any costume is welcome.
Oh, sweet.
And yeah, then race starts at 10:30.
Perfect.
So,
Okay, so now you don't have to register prior to the event, right?
no, you could, if you wanted to show up at 10:29 and give me money for a ticket, I'm happy to accept it.
Yes.
We're very, very open.
Yeah.
However, the t-shirt orders do end today.
Okay.
Tonight at midnight, t-shirt orders are done. So if you're wanting a zombie t-shirt, you got to
Get on
sneak in there.
Okay.
But tickets anytime.
Okay, so at Bob Mays, and it is the 19th. Race starts at 10:30. Be there around 10. You can register day of if you're not sure what your weekend looks like yet. But Gym City Doves number 27. So now, Gym City Doves, when do you pick different organizations to support through these events, or do you plan to? Is that
We
what kind of
do,
the idea
yes.
is? Okay.
We wanted, particularly because it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and also obviously we're a women's organization, so women and children are very near and dear to our heart. Quinata is doing amazing work in town. We were super, super hopeful and excited that they would agree to do a third-party fundraiser with us, which they have. So we chose Quinata, but we are open to, a variety of things. We do a lot of volunteering in town.
Okay.
We've worked with Bella Ease, We've worked with Horizons. We've worked at the Kroc Center. We do a lot. We want to do good that's direct in the community and affects the people that live here in Quincy.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
That's pretty much. We'll help anybody.
There you go. I love it. So if somebody wants more information on Gem City Doves, or are you open to new members?
We are.
Okay.
We are open and we are eager. Please join. We are so new. We've been a lodge for less than a year. Obviously, our organization has deep history. You know, we have several notable historical figures who are Rebeccas, but here in Quincy, we've been initiated since, I believe, May. So not quite a year, and we're a small lodge. We're, doing as much as we can, but the more people we get, the more people we can help.
And Rebecca's are members, is that right?
Yes, the Rebeccas are the members. That's it.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. Well, there you go. So Zombie 5K, Bob Mays, October 19th. Race starts at 10:30. Be sure to get out there, support the Gem City Doves, support Quinata, help both organizations give back locally to our community. And if you're interested in becoming a Rebecca with the Gem City Doves, reach out and get more information, right?
Yes. Find us on Facebook. We are always watching. We're always posting.
There you go. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Shawnee, and good luck with your event.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Coming up next, Britt B and Ash C and Coffee Talk. Stay tuned.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
Welcome out to Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer and it feels so right. I'll meet you out on Broadway underneath Shamrock Light. We're gonna have a good time on the patio tonight. There's a party down at Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer on a champagne night. We're feeling all alone and you got no place to go. So come down here and drink a beer on Kelly's patio. Kelly's a fun place to eat and drink. 2902 Broadway.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center. Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
The Tower, a great place to meet and eat. But did you know the Tower has one of the finest drink selections in our area? Along with its incredible Mexican menu, the Tower specializes in tequilas for every taste. Names like Patron, Cabo Wabo, and Hornitos. And don't forget the margaritas. On Mondays and Tuesdays, stop by and pick up a single topping pizza and get Tower margaritas to go. Enjoy the Tower at home or in our dining room, bar area, or the Tower's signature climate-controlled porch. The Tower Pizza and Mexican in Quincy.
And welcome back. Now it's time for
Coffee Talk.
I went up. Nope. I went down. You went up.
Yep.
I get made fun of every
We're
time I say
harmonious.
that. Yeah, we are. Oh, which is awesome. So we are washing our EFB coffee mugs.
But full
yeah,
of EFB.
But we're still, we're still dishing the tea with EFB coffee. So thank you to EFB for sponsoring Coffee Talk. Today, we're talking about a couple things.
Yeah.
Kind of big issues.
So the concept
right?
is one voice for all.
Yeah.
So there are lots of issues or topics, I think, that we all feel like we want our voices heard in these things, and it doesn't necessarily happen.
Right.
For example, I guess, the old Illinois is mostly a red state, but because Chicago is blue, the voice for all is blue.
Right.
So, maybe not necessarily a representation of all. But we are working on trying to make a representation of all, at least all of our followers. Aspen has a survey out. It's in regards to abortion or pro-life or pro-choice or however you want to view that.
Very detailed survey. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I mean, it's very in-depth.
We've got a lot of good, we want lots of responses is what we want. Engagement. Engagement is everything with this.
Yeah.
And I just think, if you want your voice to be heard in this matter, this is a good place to do it.
Yeah. It's definitely a good start. I mean, I do feel like, as far as representation on larger issues, we kind of get bucketed into one or two, it's
you
either,
have to be one or the other.
Either pro or anti. And that's not necessarily human nature. I don't think. And
there was a lot of discussion about this. I know just recently I had a little bit of a discussion at the bar with some people about it, and they're like, well, it's a very political subject. And I said, I kind of beg to differ.
Yeah, it's very personal. It's a very human
because
topic.
I know I lean pretty conservative in most things, but this is one subject that I do not lean conservative for. So to say that it's political, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Again, with the whole party politics, I don't see the importance behind them, especially at a local level, which brings us to our next subject.
Well, this one's a
so I
sticky
got
one.
This from somebody. It was they get mailed the teacher union things. This teacher union, because there are a lot, but this one is the Illinois Federation of Teachers. A union of professionals. A union of professionals.
I beg to defer with this instance here.
On the very front of the cover, it says, show your support. And there are T-shirts for Kamala, and then there's a second T-shirt that says, Trump is a scab.
A scab.
I'm not going to lie. I love the word scab.
I love the knock of scab. It really has a ring to it. Do I think they need to be focusing on the national politics of this and promoting kind of the bullying thing, right?
Yeah, especially when it comes to teachers and what.
Not very professional.
I do understand that unions, generally, they vote together.
Yeah.
The whole point of unions are to give workers a collective voice to negotiate better working conditions and wages and to advocate for workplace safety and health.
Right.
Now, where politics comes into play with that, I guess.
Well, so scab is like a really old term that basically was used as kind of like a slam to people who didn't support the union, and they were kind of in the union.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was just a new age diss.
It sounds like it is, and it definitely kind of, I'm sure it stings, right? If somebody called me a scab, I'd be like, ooh, that's a good one. But it was like meant for people who were even like a part of the union, but looked out for self-interest over the good of the union. They would call them scab. And a lot of times they would single them out, and call them out, which is part of the intimidation that a lot of unions face, and which is some of the criticism that unions face today is the intimidation, and it's not really doing a whole lot of good. Now with the teachers union, I think, I think we can all agree that teachers, especially locally, deserve more money. Especially in today's climate. It's not easy. They are responsible for raising the youth that a lot of times aren't even being raised by their parents.
Yeah.
So I do think that they deserve more. It's also preposterous to me that in a state like Illinois, we have the highest effective property tax rate in the nation. And, teachers funding, teacher salaries, the funding for education is almost 50% of our property taxes. So if we have the highest property taxes in the nation, some of the highest property taxes, and 50% of that should be going to education, don't you think that we should be able to fund our teacher salaries a little bit better?
I would think.
Okay, they fall below the national average.
Okay.
So I think rather than looking at Kamala and Trump's a scab and Kamala's a scrape, maybe we need to look a little more state
Yeah.
or local, right? Like, what's going on? Where are these property tax funds going if it's
Yeah.
not going to salaries for our teachers? And then also, what happened to the lottery? Wasn't that supposed to go to education?
Yeah.
Why are we asking
Or
more?
gambling machines.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if we're seeing that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously everything on record, but are we seeing the fruit of it?
I don't know. I think these are questions that need to be asked, and I'm not sure if this is like a distraction because again, we're voting against someone, not necessarily for policy.
Exactly. And then it's one voice for all, too.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're part of a union that is something that, is to better your fellow teacher, you have to follow a certain politician.
Right.
Like,
well, and then it kind of creates like a rigidity. So there's no flexibility. So if you have one district that's here and one district that's here, you all fall under the same umbrella, whether you have the same resources or the same, so it doesn't really protect you in the way that it's kind of like our education today. When I see these things that are like, go climb that tree, right? Standardized testing. You got a fish, an elephant, and a monkey, and you're like, go climb that tree. You will be gauged on how well you perform. It doesn't make sense. So we have standardized testing, right? So it's like one for all. It doesn't do us any good.
The one voice for all, like the best way to describe that word would be unanimous.
Yeah.
But I don't think in any of this, in anything that you're ever taking, will it be unanimous.
No. I mean, I think that, again, the rigidity of politics and, the policy of our, two sides, the political parties, it calls for you have to fall under one of two umbrellas. And 99.9% of the time, humans do not fall under one or the other completely. It's not, you're not unanimous with one party. It's kind of insane, and it's really unfortunate that we've been forced into one of two of these buckets. And I really hope that we can kind of see through some of that and do our own due diligence.
Yes.
And it kind of takes us full circle to having your voice heard, whether it's through, surveys on MRN or...
Which, in that survey, I think one of her questions is trying to find out, can you be out of those two buckets?
Right.
Is it possible to have an opinion about it and be outside the two buckets? And yeah, I'm absolutely...
Yeah, I think there are a lot of people, but again, you're kind of forced to, conform to one or the other because that's what you're voting on. And it creates a lot of division, unfortunately. And this is a really important topic. And, if there's nothing more important than education and human rights and, right to life and or whatever, all of that, I don't know what is more important. I mean, I just don't,
Yeah.
It's very human in nature, all of it together. And it's just really important. I know that's really heavy, but
it was heavy. And then all I thought was the word scab, and you gave me an awesome history lesson here.
So I was trying to do some research because I'm like, it definitely is attention grabbing, which I love that. Yeah. So kudos to the marketing of it, but I don't really think it accomplishes anything.
No.
And that is where our nation is unfortunately moving to. It's like we're less productive and more divisive, and it's just we need to
on every matter,
on everything. It's like we just need to do better. And I think, on the level, especially in Quincy and in our community, everybody wants good for everybody. That's not a secret. How do we get there? It's not by calling someone a scab,
and not by implying that something is unanimous.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We're just more difficult than that. We're more complex, right? Sometimes I'm not, but on these matters, we're just more complex. It's just human nature. Yeah. So I love the topics. I definitely need some more coffee, though.
I know, me too. Right? That's what I was just thinking.
We gotta wake this one up. But always fun. You have any plans coming up this weekend?
We have another traveling soccer tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on that road now.
Yeah, we're traveling for volleyball. It's so much fun, and it's almost over, but it's like you're traveling 2.5 hours, a night.
I don't know how you do it. We're kind of just getting started. It's coming up, I think, towards a little bit of a break, but yeah, I don't know how
we love it.
How
Luke and I are always like, are we the only ones? Why are we the only parents ever yelling? I'm like, we really get into it, dude.
I love that about you.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
We're not quiet. We never are quiet, regardless
Well-
of if it's volleyball or issues or what. We speak our minds. 100%.
Yes. I want to see a picture of you guys with your face painted. sometime.
Oh, he'll paint his chest. I'll paint my face.
Let's
No,
see
I'm
it.
kidding. Would not be awesome though. We saw the Quincy Blue Devils real quick before we go. There, of course, we call them the Devils. Well, yesterday we were playing, or the last game we played Sacred Heart Griffin, and so we're like, "Go Devils!" in this like, and Watt's a nun or a sister or whatever they call them. I was like, "Oh gosh!" So then it reminded me of the Seinfeld episode. We're the Devils. We're the Devils. And so now Luke and I always do that. I'm like, you need to paint your chest.
That's funny.
Yeah. So there you
I'm
go.
going to be wearing my Monarchy Mom sweatshirt.
I love that. That's so cool. I'm
like, I have one, and my daughter was like eye rolling, like, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'm like, I guarantee you everyone's going to want one
Heck
after
yeah.
they see this.
You are a trendsetter, sister. Well, I love that we're in our sports mom era, and I think that's something we can all agree on. Right?
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yes.
Yeah, good time to be alive. All right, well, I think that does it for today's
Coffee Talk.
We'll catch you next time.